So what's the transition been like for you coming to SMU and getting used to Dallas and the campus and the community?
It's been good. It's been good. I've been here almost 3 months, but it's been really good. Dallas is welcoming. The weather's warm. Food is good, and I'm here with a great group of guys.
Coach said that when you guys first arrived, driving around the campus in a golf cart, he admitted he wasn't quite sure where everything is. You feel like this is your campus now and you sort of know where everything is and comfort level?
I think we've all gotten a little better, a little bit more comfortable with what building is what street is what, and that's gotten better each week. We've had several prospective student athletes here come on campus, and every time we bring them here, whether we're driving a car or a golf cart, we all learn something new about the campus. It's really pretty. It's really laid out, really, really nice. A little bit different than some of the schools that I've been used to, and definitely a little different than where we're coming from at Georgia State.
What's been, the response you've gotten from the guys as you start to coach them and mold them into what you guys would like them to, come together and be?
I think if it was one word, I think they're all very coachable. They're all good listeners. They're all willing to get better, and I think they all want to improve. So, again, I think Coach Lanier does a really unique job of just getting all the guys together and being on the same page. I've told people since I've been working with him for the last 3 years, he's the best communicator I've ever been around, and he has a unique ability to get the guys' attention, whether you're a player, a coach, administrator, or just a regular person. He has a unique way of just talking to people, and he makes people feel at ease, and I think he's done that with these guys. So because they feel at ease, I think they're more willing to do what he asks.
Is that ability to make people feel at ease, how important was that in terms of the returning guys from last year's roster? How important was that ability in terms of keeping them around and making them feel comfortable with your staff and joining this new vision, this new program?
Yeah, I think that was extremely important. I think kids today, people today, everybody wants to have a comfort zone. Everybody wants to have a level of input, and Coach Lanier does that with everybody. He empowers our guys to have some say-so. He empowers the guys to, to want to do more. And I think they all want to do more. Again, new coach, it's a new beginning. Some of the guys who are returning didn't play a lot of minutes, so I think they've found some new life in themselves.
What have you been impressed with anyone in particular that has stood out so far in these workouts? And
yeah,
it's early and we're talking about June, but
we haven't had that many team practices. We've had a lot of individual basketball court stuff. We've had some lifting sessions. I'd like to just add in, we break up our guys into academic groups also. So we have academic coaches. So, I am an academic coach for 3 guys. Coach Kreider is, Coach Crow is, et cetera, et cetera. So I think from that standpoint, I've been impressed with the group from an academic standpoint. I've been at some schools where it's not always, let's see, what's the best word? It's not always fun to correct them or to check on them academically. But this group as a whole, I'm scratching my head every day like, wow, you guys really care about school. And again, it's very refreshing for me. It's refreshing for the coaching staff that you don't have to twist anybody's arm about go to class, do what you're supposed to do. You're here to be a student athlete, and you're here to graduate from college. That's probably been the most impressive to me.
what's kind of your approach as far as recruiting goes, and how it differs between the high school and the portal?
Again, we're all kind of learning the intricacies of it, but I would probably agree with most people that, when you get into the transfer portal, you're getting more experienced guys who have been through possibly more adversity. Typically, they're older. They've played some more basketball. They have basketball experience, but they have life experience also. High school guys may not have as much. They're home with their families. And these guys who are in the transfer portal are already out on their own. So I think that's kind of the biggest difference. I think we're fortunate to get some really good guys in the transfer portal. We don't have all of our guys here yet, but we're looking forward to them. And I think they will have a good mix with the veteran guys that are coming back.
A lot of coaches break up the assignments for their assistants based on position groups or offense, defense, whatever. What are your primary on-court assignments and responsibilities?
Yeah, I would say, Coach Lanier does a really good job, as I mentioned before, of just empowering the whole staff. So if you see something and you want to coach that particular thing, he's all for it, coach it. Most day-to-day things, he's letting me know to make sure that the players hear my voice on defense. Whether it's a defensive scheme, whether it's individual defense, whether it's the energy, talking, communicating, as well as working with most of the guards on a day-to-day basis.
You add those guards, Jalen Smith is somebody that seems to ooze with potential. What have you seen from him in the workout so far?
Well, here's what I'll say about Jalen, and I think you could ask the coaches and the players. Arguably, he's been in the gym the most. Whether that's at 5:30 a.m. with one of the GAs or a manager, whether that's shooting before practice, after practice, or coming back late night. I would argue that he's been in the gym the most. So as a coach, you want guys that have a strong work ethic. You want guys who are in the gym, who want to get better and want to improve.
I don't know how much time you've spent watching tape of last year's team, but given your focus on the defensive end, will there be significant visible changes in the way this team defends going forward?
Yeah, I'm not sure, because I think the coaching staff last year definitely knew what they were doing. They won 24 games. You can't win 24 games without playing a little bit of defense. So they did a really good job, I think. We're going to play mostly man-to-man. We will probably pick up full court man-to-man a little bit more than what the previous staff did. But I think all in all, we're going to try to make sure we take advantage of what we have player-wise. The length, athleticism. I think we've got some toughness and some grit. But again, probably picking up full court may be a little bit different.
Is that a result partially of your transfers coming in? You've got a lot of size in the front court, and does that added size in the front court allow you to be more aggressive in man defense on the perimeter because you got the rim
You sound like a
protectors?
coach. You sound like a coach when you're talking that way. That's impressive. But yes, to answer your question, yes.
We covered Larry Brown.
There we go. There we go. So you got indoctrinated into a whole world of basketball.
Yeah, I got dressed down his first press conference.
That's
right,
good.
you did.
That's all right. That's all right. Again, to your point, I think our guys understand that we're going to be a little bit different than the previous staff. I think we're going to have an emphasis on defense. And again, to be specific, playing full court man-to-man. To do that, you've got to be in really good shape. You've got to be competitive. And I think we have some guys who have that in their DNA.
How do you juggle? Obviously, you got 6 guys back from last year's team, and a couple of them a little older than the others with Zach and Frank. But a lot of your transfers have played a lot on other campuses as well. How do you juggle not the seniority, but the idea that the older players may have a leg up on playing time, or is that a non-issue at all?
Yeah, I'm not sure if college basketball, yes, everybody wants to get older, everybody wants to be more mature. But as coaches, we want the best players out there at all times. So whether they are sophomores, juniors, seniors, fifth-year guys, transfers, whatever, we want the best guys out there at all times. So I think that's how it's going to play out.
Will you recruit by regions, or will you be specifically assigned to recruiting players at different positions or with specific skill sets?
Yeah, I think each year is going to dictate that. Position is going to dictate that. Like 1 year, you're going to need a point guard. 1 year you're going to need a big guy. So I think this state of Texas has a lot of good basketball players that are available. So we're going to try to recruit the state as best we can. And then when need be, we'll recruit other states and other regions.
The other coaches have also talked about recruiting locally, but given the background that you and Coach Lanier have in Georgia, will we start seeing some players coming in from Georgia too?
Well, again, I think wherever the good players are that we can try to get here at SMU, because there is a niche here. We've got to recruit some good students, not only that can get into SMU, but can graduate from SMU too. So I think there are a lot of good players, and as I mentioned, I think this state, as we're all learning, I'm new to the state. Coach Lanier spent time here. Coach Kreider spent some time here. Coach Crow is from the state. Coach Owens is from the state. So I think we're building a new network of people and potential players to come to SMU.